one of the ones that you and I talked about was BNB versus layer ones, other layer ones. You kind of compare right now. I'll just give you guys a comparison in performance. BNB is the gold line right there. You can kind of, I'll see if I can hover over it there, but you can kind of see it. I'm sorry, BNB is the red line. So right there is BNB. Then you've got Avalanche, which has been performing well above, but has recently dipped down a little bit below. So now you've got BNB, almost every layer one out there performing about the same. What is your position right now with BNB?
So for BNB, I've been looking at the charts and I'm seeing something magnificent going on right here. So if you remember the pattern that we were seeing on Ethereum on the RSI, Ethereum is about to break out, but BNB is fast-paced at the moment, printing higher highs and higher lows, and we already have the breakout, and we already have all the golden signals for a potential re-entry. And very recently on BNB, we have an all-time high. So BNB is running fast and strong. It's incredible to be seen already on a layer one, one of the first all-time highs of this whole cycle. So it tells me how strong, interestingly, because not long ago, people were talking about dump BNB because Binance is going to go bankrupt. There was a lot of FUD around all of that. And Binance has been under a lot of issues with regulations, being kicked out from different countries. But here it is, BNB doing all-time high in this cycle, having the breakouts before all the other coins. So it's really impressive in terms of technicals as well.
Yeah, well, I think the key there with BNB is what we've seen in the Asian markets, and it continues to perform versus, obviously with some of the other Western markets out there. Further into other altcoins right now, NVIDIA, I'll just kind of comparison because everybody's always saying, what's the NVIDIA of crypto? Maybe people would kind of point to either Render or maybe Near Protocol. What is your position on Near Protocol right now?
So Near Protocol is an early entry and is subject to a bunch of things that are waiting to happen. But the good news is that it hasn't broken out yet. So you still have the chance to be early potentially on this trade. For example, we can see that from the high that we did on March 14, then we print a lower high, and then we enter in this other consolidation kind of downtrend here in the daily, but we are entering into a squeeze, and this squeeze is telling me that if Ethereum performs well in the next weeks, let's say with the Ethereum approval, and we start seeing that Ethereum starts running high, I'm pretty sure that Near is going to follow and had a breakout from here. And since this is a breakout with an accumulation of energy of 120 days, I will expect it to be pretty significant. Many other signals are also accumulating here. We have a cross-fit ratio here, and on the percentile, we have very, very low performance in the socials. This comes from Lunar Crash. Tells me whenever a coin is underperforming so badly, typically that signifies that it's going to do exactly the opposite.
Interesting. Okay. So a lot of people compare what has happened with many of these cloud compute platforms, whether or not we see a AI connection. Render is always kind of at the top of everybody's list. It's been a token that we've identified for years that is going to be a player, and it has become that. When you compare Near and Render, how would you play that out? Because Render, of course, now also being suppressed quite a bit on the chart. Do you have a potential opportunity there that's similar to Near or not the same?
Let's have a look. So Render, I didn't look at it today, but I can see very quickly here that we have a very similar setup. Many altcoins have suffered a lot, and they were selling out, doing lows as low as March, some of them as low as November before the whole run. So they erased most of the gains that we saw during these past 6 months. But right now, if we are not seeing a breakout that starts from February, we are seeing it from May. And this accumulation here looks pretty solid to me. Let me explain a little bit more. We have bullish divergences here underneath accumulating. We have a channel that's starting to push to the upside with pressure to break above this trend line. And at the same time, we are seeing, once again, the socials. We are seeing the shorts staying in the very extreme of shorts. And typically when you see so many shorts for an extended period of time, that is just a countdown for them to also see a short squeeze getting liquidated, being used as fuel to push the price to their levels as well for a comeback.
All right, so a lot of people kind of pointing at meme coins right now. Are they dead? Are they out of the race? You know, you look at some of the titans out there, whether it's Doge, Pepe, even if you now see some of the new surgent meme coins, including things like CowFab, Bonk, etc. You had an analysis on Pepe that you wanted to bring in. I would love to kind of hear this, because do you see a breakout with Pepe coming in?
Yes. So let me show you. The chart with Pepe looks also very interesting. You're going to think that it's a coincidence, but actually I went through a lot of coins and I found that this short list of 3 or 4 are either breaking out today or very close to a very intense breakout. In here we have Pepe. We are below the trend line as well. That is very sweet spot to be. And we are approaching the trend line. So I never take the trade before breakout. I wait for the daily candle to close above this trend line. And at the same time, I look to the left-hand side and I start scanning for areas where there's very low activity in the socials, telling me that people got tired of the coin, that the shorts are pushing very strong. Here at the low end, we can see lows of shorts. And when we enter that area and the shorts get too confident, the socials are very low, and we see that we are approaching this level. That is where the longs love to come back and then to punish those shorts. And then we start seeing those explosive moves that people think, where are they coming from? You know, those have usually an explanation as well.
Yeah. Well, I like the analysis on this. This is, you know, a bit of a different angle that, you know, from time to time we have traders on that, you know, have different comparisons. In many cases, I think you have a different set of tools that is great for some of our audience to really kind of get some insights, especially around things like technical trading. So listen, Mariano, it's been great having you on the show today. Thank you so much for coming in. We appreciate it.
Thanks for having me. Thank you.
Yeah. Yep. You bet. All right, guys. By the way, if you're not over and checking out the Trading Parrot, go over to his YouTube channel. It's just The Trading Parrot. You can find it over there. Let him know you came over from PBN, and follow this guy. I think he's got some interesting angles on this. One thing that is going to be happening this week, we're going to continue to see more and more regulatory fronts coming in, as well as legislative potentials that could be lining up with the Biden administration. We'll report with you guys on that. We'll have a video breaking down the roundtable coming in, along with some of the things that are happening in the House with some new bills along with that. So for you American people out there that are looking at where the market is, especially around the political landscape, make sure to stay tuned and subscribe to the channel right now. It's one of the best places that will get you that kind of content. If you're not in our Diamond Circle, get in on that as well. It's a great place to get additional content, or follow me out there on X at Paul Barron. We'll catch you next time right here on TechPath.